Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry it's been a while since I've done a video for you, especially on this table. But that's what we're going to do right now. Is we're going to get some more work done on this table. I'm going to explain a few things from the last video too, and we'll basically get started in it. So thank you all for joining me. All right, guys. So basically, what I've done here is at the beginning of the 2x4, I knocked a 45 on the end. And then I measured out 33 and 3/4 inches from the end of this board, the end of the 2x4, to where my next cut is. And I 45 that also. As you can see in these clips, that is what I've done, and I did that to all four of these, because I need four of these to do what this next step's going to be. It's very easy, very simple. Uh, Everything I'm doing with this table, you can basically do right in your driveway. It's You just gotta have a basic set of tools to do this. Uh, Skill saw, you can do it with a hand saw, but let's be honest, skill saw, power tools, that's the way to go. Anyways, this table is, like I said, very simple, very easy. This is stuff, the tabletop especially, you can build basic hand tools, basic tools, skill saw, tape measure, uh, nice straight edge, uh, some kind of square to make your straight lines and things like that, a straight edge, pencil, all that kind of stuff. What you're going to need, though, is some kind of saw, either a hand saw or skill saw. I prefer to use a skill saw because that's what I have on hand, and power tools are a lot faster. And then you're going to want a drill. Any kind of drill will work. Uh, I use Ryobi tools. That's what I prefer. Uh, Never had any issues with them. But you're going to need a drill and some drill bits, and pretty simple, pretty easy. Now, like I said, I'm sorry I haven't posted much on this tabletop. Things have been kind of crazy here at the house for us, so bear with me. This is part 2 of the table build in the series of the table build, table build. Yes. Anyways, let's get into it. Now, I've had some of you ask me to show a little more detail on this tabletop build. Now, mind you guys, I wasn't planning on doing a tutorial on how to build a table. This is just my take on my process of building a table. But since some of you are asked, I'm going to give you a little detail on what happened on the last video for this table. Now, I didn't exactly explain to y'all why I prefer using dowel rods. Dowel rods are cheap, easy to use, and I don't have a biscuit joiner. If I had a biscuit joiner, yeah, I'd probably use it, but I don't. Dowel rods are easy to use with simple hand tools, or simple tools like a drill and stuff like that. Now, what I did, I'm going to spin these around here so you can see. Now, what I did here is, you can see my marks here. Ignore them over there. That's for something here in a little bit. I'll explain that soon. Now, these marks right here, I've done these marks 16 on center all the way across this table. Now, I have cut this table to length already. Sorry, I did not show that, but it was quick and easy and pretty simple. You cut a straight line there, cut a straight line there, and I knocked a foot off of each end to make this 6 foot long. Now, I'm probably going to add on a little piece of 2x4 here to kind of stiffen up these joints, make it a little easier. But for now, we're going to just move on to the next. That'll probably come towards the end of the video. Now, like I said, I did these drilled holes 16 inches on center on every single one of these boards that met. Where they meet and glue together, there's a dowel rod every 16 inches on center. And what I did is basically in between, I'm going to use this 2x4 to show you this. In between, this is, the width of this tabletop is the width of this 2x4 here, the thickness. I just went straight in the center. everywhere where that 16-inch mark is, I went straight in the center of the board and drilled a hole roughly, I'd say an inch deep. I made 2-inch long dowel pins and just basically drilled them an inch deep on each part of the board. You know, that's pretty easy. You can't go wrong like that. Now, so that being said, let's get started on the rest of this and go from there. Okay guys, so what I've done here is I've already done my layout for where the legs are going to go and, you know, how far apart they're going to be. Now this part right here is where this 2x4 that I've just cut is going to lay across here. Now I've already pre-drilled a few of these holes, and then when we get to the other side of the table, I'll explain more, because I'll explain more on that part of it. But this is the layout of how the tabletop's being put together here. I've done this on both ends. Right now we're working on just the 2x4s that sandwich the legs, and you'll see later on why I put these 2x4s in here like this. Plus they help add strength to the tabletop and hold these seams together, so that way they don't come apart. And glue, yes, it holds really good, but sometimes it don't always hold, so having extra support in there makes it easier. Now again, like I said, I'm using round logs, so you guys will get to see the process of what I do for round logs. But you can do this with 4x4 posts real easy and do a half lap joint down lower for your cross brace. And I'll explain more of that when we get to the base. But as you can see, a basic 4x4 design, and then 2x4s down the side. And I've laid it out already. It's 3.5 inches off the edge of the table on both ends. 4x4 here, and then, you know, these are 1.5 inches for the 2x4 right here. And then I just put 2 holes in each board that's what I did. I pre-drilled 2 holes in each board on each end. You know, there's actually 4 here, 4 here, 4. There's 2 here, 2 here, and then 2 there, 2 there. Same thing on the other end. Alright guys, so now we've got the tabletop flipped over. We're going to get started on doing a countersink on the side that you're going to see. We're going to put the dowel pins in it and cut them off flush with the tabletop. Now I'm using 7/16 dowel rod, so you basically use a 7/16 drill bit, and I put some tape on the end of this so I have a depth guide. Just about a 1/2 inch is all you need, just in your regular size drill. With that being said, we're going to get started. Now everywhere I pre-drilled these holes that I showed you earlier, that's basically where we're going to drill now. Basically that's a guide, so I didn't put any extra marks on this side of the table, and makes it easier to know where the screw is going to be. So we're going to get started here and get this going. Remember to try to hold your drill as level as you can get it. Otherwise you're going to walk a little bit, which I have just slightly, but nothing to worry about. Now I've already done the other side just off camera, just to make sure this was going to be what I was needing, and it's going to work perfect. I've done this before on another table, kind of like this, but my base was a lot different. I built a timber frame style base in a way, and you'll understand more when I get into it. I think I might do an outside table, like a picnic table later on, and I'll probably do that one timber frame style. That way, y'all can see the difference between the two. So, anyways, now that's done, we're gonna get started putting the boards on the bottom of this tabletop. Okay, guys. So what we're gonna do now? Notice I've got the table down here on the floor. I've got some screws pre-started here for this next step, and I'm going to give you a double-sided view here of what we're going to do. Now, I'm going to take your 2x4 and line it up with your lines that I pre-drilled on the table, on the bottom of the table, and then we're going to take and run our first screw in. Okay, that's not supposed to do that. Okay, well, it moved on me, of course, so we're going to have to do something a little different here. And I've wore that screw out, so I'm using 3-inch long screws. That's what I have on hand, and that one is hot. I'm going to switch my regular drill out so I can pre-drill the 2x4 a little bit. Alright, so let's try this again. Line everything up. Quick pre-drill. Alright, that looks a lot better. Now let's see how well that works. Much nicer. Okay, so make sure we're lined up. Looks good. I'll come down to my third hole here. Give it a quick pre-drill. Screw in it. Make sure it's still lined up, looking good. I don't understand why this drill keeps popping out of these screws. Still looks good. That kept us lined up. So now I'm going to go through and pre-drill the rest of these holes on this one and go from there. Alright, screw it away. I'll be honest, I hate Phillips head. Alrighty, that looks good. Now, I'm going to give you a quick montage of me doing the other three, and we'll be back. that's pretty much it. I'm gonna give you a quick show you quickly what I did here, so that way you understand it. So what I've done here, as you can see, is I've lined up my boards with them lines. Nailed it and screwed it down. That's what the whole point of pre-drilling it. Now normally you'd use like an inch, like a 2-inch or 2.5-inch screw to hold these to the top, but all I had was 3-inch, so that I went with what I had. Now, I mean, they're sturdy. They're not going nowhere. They're lined up here with the lines. Post sits down inside here. Now, the whole point of this is so that when you put your post in, you can screw through here into your post to hold the tabletop to your post. As you can see, we've done both sides that way. Pretty easy. Now, put your tabletop on your legs. You screw in here into your legs, and it'll hold it all together. Okay, so now the tabletop for this part of the series is pretty much, I'd say it's about half done. We still got a lot of sanding to do. We still got staining and prep work to do. But for now, it's done till later on in the series. The next step of this project is to start working on the legs. So you'll see that in the next video that I do on this series. It's a little more different than most people realize. The bits that I have are hard to get. I'll try to get on the next video. We'll see. I don't know. I'm just gonna wait and see how I can do that. But anyways, these are pretty much done. Like I said, your post goes in here. You screw into, or your leg goes in here, and you can screw your top to your legs. This way you can take the table apart if you ever got to move, or you just want to take it down and move it somewhere else. This tabletop is heavy. And this tabletop is heavy now. As you guys saw, I can lift this top by myself, but you get much bigger than this, it's going to end up taking two, maybe 3 people to lift. The 8-foot table I built before, similar to this, it took 4 guys to carry it out of my house. And but I didn't build it to where it could come apart. That was one of the issues I had with it. This one I'm building to be able to come apart because I don't plan on staying in this house forever. We are looking for a more permanent home. But that being said, this table is done for this step. The next step that we got to do is get the base built, so that way we can have something to put this tabletop on. And I will hopefully see you guys then. Again, remember, share my videos, guys. The more people who see my videos, the better. Especially on this table series, because I've got more series coming up. I think we're going to do a dresser series, and then we're probably going to do, I've got a chest that I want to be able to put at the end of my bed. So you guys stay tuned. I got more coming besides just this table. And please, like I said, share my videos online, Facebook, YouTube, or Facebook, whatever the social media stuff is these days. Feel free to share it on it. I don't have an Instagram or Twitter account yet, but I am working on it. It's a little hard. And it'll come. And update on my truck. I finally found somebody to work on it, and it's got to have the entire wiring harness under the dash rebuilt. Now Chevy discontinued the wiring harness years ago for that truck, so I can't get a new harness for it. I could go get one out of a junkyard and put in it, but then again, you're still looking at the same issues possibly. So we found a guy up there where the truck's located that can that's willing to do the wiring harness. So right now it's being done. Hopefully here in a couple of weeks we'll get to go get it. I'm hoping, and I'll basically do a whole video series or video segment on it on us going and getting it and bringing it home. It's a wonderful truck, guys. I'll be glad when you guys can see it. I know I said I might throw some pictures in somewhere. Honestly, I want to give you guys a surprise. Some of you that do watch my YouTube may know what my truck looks like, but for those of you guys that don't, I'm leaving it to a surprise. It is a wonderful truck. For it to be a 2001, it is in very good shape for what it is. GMC, 4-door, dually, 4-wheel drive with a 6.6 diesel in it. And I've never seen a truck that year with the amount of miles that's on this truck. It's still under 200,000 miles. I mean, it's in excellent shape. So, again, stay tuned. We're going to be going after it and getting it and bringing it home. So, at this point, I think I'm going to call it a night. I am beat. I've got to work tomorrow, so I need to get the garage cleaned up, and I need to get inside, eat, clean myself up, and get to bed. So, I'm going to pretty much sign off right here, and I'm going to say like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.